All right, we are live. I brought a special guest or co-host to say hello because odds are he's likely to jump on my back or surprise me in the middle. So if you guys see me wince or something, this is Gizmo, the uncooperative co-host. Hope everybody's doing well, and we'll get this rolling. Okay, I put the link to the test, or I guess it's really an assessment. Susan Ibitz told me that it's called an assessment. She's right. It's not a test, but since people know it as a test, I just put it in as a test. And you can find it at 16personalities.com. And I'll be pulling it up very quickly before we get rolling. This will be the only show this week until a live stream on Friday, which will be with Viva Fry, and Robert Barnes will be joining us too. So it should be a lot of fun. And then next week, the live stream will be with Mark Bowden and Simon Lancaster. That should be fantastic. Mark Bowden not only reads body language, but he helps train CEOs and politicians and the like to project body language. And Simon Lancaster writes their speeches. So between the two, they're known as the head and body man. I think everybody's going to enjoy that. So let's get rolling. I want to take this exam. I have really no idea what I'm doing or what it's going to mean. If you guys will, I'm curious what you think I'll wind up. If you know what the results typically are, throw up a guess. What do you think you're going to be? What do you think I'm going to be? I really don't know. So I'll be curious to see if things line up accordingly. That's half the fun of these. So we will jump in now and on the test page, get right to take the test. I enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. No. I often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. I'm neutral on that. My travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. Absolutely. I actually have a habit with my wife, and I kind of drive her crazy, but I like to go on vacation when we go, just get planted in the hotel, have no vehicle and no real plans, and just kind of try to wander around and see what things are like in the town. So that is a different style of doing it. I often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it has taken place. I think at one point I did, but I'm starting to do so less because I'm starting to think ahead more. So slightly disagree. If my friend is sad about something, my first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try to solve their problem. Yeah, I'm gonna. God. I lean toward disagree. I want to support them, but I get a little bit uncomfortable and I'm not sure which way to go. So I'm gonna go disagree. People can rarely upset you. No, they can upset me. All right. 10%. Boy, I hope there's not too many questions. This will be a treat. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. Wow, I almost want to split the difference. I'll happily let somebody else start a conversation, but I'll work on keeping it going too. So I'm neutral. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. Mm, I agree. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. I may disagree. I do try to be somewhat presentable and decent. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. Disagree. You are more of a detail oriented than a big picture person. Slightly agree, but I can parse that a little bit. You're very affectionate with people you care about. Yeah, what does that mean? I'm not demonstrative, but I am affectionate. So slightly agree. Yeah, let's see how everybody's doing here. Oh, Bill Jones has got a tricolor cat. Cool. All right. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. I'm careful, but I don't know if I'm methodical. I'll say slightly agree. I'm still bothered by mistakes. You are still bothered by mistakes you made a long time ago. No, not too much. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Yeah, I agree. I'm usually the one on the side having a really deep conversation, trying to change the world in one evening with many beers. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. Yes, I agree. When looking for a movie to watch, you could spend ages browsing the catalog. Yeah, I can, especially now. You could stay calm under a lot of pressure. Yeah, pretty much. Um, when in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into their conversation. I disagree. When I sleep, my dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. Nah, I disagree. In your opinion, is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life. I disagree with that. You're dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. Um, when I lock in, I can get pretty on it, but I'm not sure. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. Depends on what I'm doing. So I'm in the middle. I can or I'm not. If if I'm taking a chance or I'm gambling on something, then I'm assuming a certain amount of mistakes. If I'm really confident about something, then yeah, I might start doubting. So I'm right in the middle. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Oh yeah, definitely. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. Disagree. You would never let yourself cry in front of in front of others. Yeah, it's really not a choice. Sometimes I do, so I disagree. You feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than to more quiet and intimate ones. And I disagree. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. Agree. Love that. That's part of why I'm doing this show. Hint. When it comes to making life changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. No, I disagree. You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something you cannot see, touch, or experience. I'd say I agree. You usually prefer to get your revenge than to forgive. That used to be true. I would say now, no, I really I don't care about revenge. You often make decisions on a whim. Slightly agree, but not terribly. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting than satisfying the time you spend with other people. Yeah, kind of agree. Um, you often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or message of a song or a movie. Agree. You always know exactly what you want. No, disagree. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. Let's say I agree on that because usually by the time I do it, I'm just tired of it and I want to move on. Let's see what's everybody coming up with here. You guys are awfully quiet. Are these questions baffling you? When in a public place, you usually stick to quieter and less crowded areas. Yep. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. Slightly agree, but you often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Hmm. I'm going to disagree because it depends. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. I disagree because sometimes you have to dive in to actually change course as you go. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you. I'm going to disagree. I really don't try to set myself up to say, when will they dislike me? Wow. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. And I'm pretty shy. Okay, you often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas or scenarios. Yeah, I do somewhat. You look after yourself first and others come in second. Neutral. I'm definitely in the middle on that. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment. No, your mood can change very quickly. No, not really. I'm pretty even keeled on that. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. No, I don't really. I'm not that deep. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. Not so much. You have got detailed education or career development plans set stretching several years into the future. Nope. You rarely dwell on your regrets. Yeah, I don't. Um, Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly makes you feel drained and in need of a getaway. Yeah. You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. I'm kind of in the middle on that. You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have. Actually, a little bit, yes. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than to organized and consistent efforts. Yeah, I agree. I think your emotions control you more than you control them. I disagree. After a long and exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. Hell no. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement could change everyday life. Sure. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. I actually do. You still honor your commitments you have made, even if you have a change of heart. Yeah, sadly, much to my chagrin in life, you rarely feel insecure. I disagree. All right, get my gender, and let me see what we have. I have no idea. I am an adventurer. Okay, that sounds different. ISFP-A. Not sure what that means exactly. Let me see. Somebody ahead told me what they thought I would be. The illustrious Susan Ibit said I would be an ISTJ. I don't know what this means. Hmm. So what are you guys coming up with? An adventurer. I'm sorry, my mind is blown on this one. Ah, I would like to think this show is an adventure, but wow, I'm like right down the middle on some of this. Very, very crazy stuff. Same as us, INTP-T. What is the dash standing for? Or is that just the, nice, I thought it was just the 4 letters. I don't know what that stands for. I guess I need to get an actual expert to tell me what this all means. I deliberately did this just to be blind, see how it comes out, see how everybody does and how I do. I really have no idea beyond that what in the world it actually means, though. So, very cool. Well, folks, let's keep the conversation going. Um, please go ahead and put in the comments what you came up with and what you think. And does it match what you think of yourself? Does it match what you think of me? Does it match what you think of your friends? I have to do some reading and find out more about this. Maybe I can get Susan Ibitz to come on and tell me what it's all about. And yes, I thank you, Alan. I will definitely scroll down to start reading. That's going to take a while. I definitely don't want to read aloud to everybody else. So tell me if you like this, guys. And if you want more, or you can think of other tests we can all take, please let me know. This one came up several times from suggestions in the comments, and I would love to see what else we can do because every one of these helps us learn about ourselves. Until then, I hope to see you on the